Hello everyone, welcome to another AviationPro live stream here on the AviationPro channel. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see how the stream is doing. Let me know if you can hear me alright. I can already see some people in the chat room. That's nice. Let's take a look. Hello Gary, hello David. No, I'm not at FSExpo. Wish I was. Hi Rishi. Yep, so I'm very excited to talk about the PMDG announcement that's gonna happen this weekend. We can probably do a little bit of speculation about it, about what product they will be releasing. Or yeah, I'm not sure if they're releasing anything. They're probably just announcing what product is next. You know, it's gonna be something big, something totally different, and I'm really not sure what it is. And I also like to talk a little bit about the QualityWings 787. You might have seen my first impressions video of that aircraft last week. Was it last week? I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago actually. Loud and clear. Okay, that's good to hear. Hello Mikaios. Hello Luca. So we got some people on board already. Glad to have you all in. And yeah, so I at first thought I would start with QualityWings Boeing 787. Discuss that a little bit. Let me know if you got that aircraft as well, either for FSX or prepared. Let me know in the chat room so we can discuss it a little bit, and then we'll also just take a look at what PMDG is going to announce this weekend. Really exciting, really exciting. We've all been waiting for this announcement for a long time, right? So yeah, if it's a new product line, it could be something totally different from an aircraft. It could be a new simulator. Well, I'm not sure. Hello, geflambeerde cavia's. Would be an Embraer. Ah, that would be nice. I think we need some Embraers in prepared actually. Farmeister Squawk 737, welcome aboard. I'm not actually flying today, as you can see. I'm just having a little chat with you guys, which is also nice. I'm actually busy writing my thesis currently for my master's degree, so I'm kind of keeping the upcoming videos simple, and this live stream is kind of an easy way to kind of relax and talk aviation and talk flight simulation. Hello Tony from Washington. Good evening or good day to you, I guess. Michael, going to the Netherlands. Oh, that's nice. You'll enjoy this place. NGX Aviation planning to get to 787 as well. Abdullah, also an aviation enthusiast, welcome aboard. So glad to have you all in. Yeah, so leave me your thoughts about the new QualityWings 787, and I'll tell a little bit about my thoughts so far about this airplane. Now, if you looked on the forums, on the QualityWings forums, you will notice that there are a lot of forum topics, and you know, a lot of people have problems with this aircraft. For me personally, it's not yet an aircraft that I'd like to take out on a VATSIM flight, just to be totally honest. I mean, this is an independent channel, so I can just kind of speak freely about the products that I buy. But as of yet, I'm kind of doubting to take this aircraft out on a true VATSIM flight. The reason being, there's just some essential things for me that I miss. For example, the key assignments. I've not found out how to set those key assignments yet. There wasn't forum post pinned on the forums on how to set the key assignments, but I did not figure it out how to do it actually. The vPilot is also not linked, so if you squawk mode Charlie on the transponder, it does not squawk mode Charlie properly. And you know, also some forum posts about LNAV, VNAV, you know, it doesn't follow it that accurately. Now, the VNAV and LNAV path that I programmed in my first impressions video was kind of an easy, you know, SID, you know, just the departure out of Amsterdam. It followed it quite well. But yeah, you know, I kind of expected a little bit more accuracy there. But these are all negative things that I say now, but I think we have to give QualityWings credit for what they've built so far. I mean, it's a great aircraft to explore again, and you know, I think they did a very good job, and I think everyone should support them to you know, develop this aircraft further, you know, improve it, and you know, I'm sure most of it will get fixed, but just for me personally, I don't want to take it out on a VATSIM flight yet. You know, if I fly on VATSIM, I want to be able to disconnect the auto throttle, autopilot properly, squawk mode Charlie as well as possible. You know, also the frame rates of the displays is a little bit stuttery. The weather radar, there were some crashes with that. I think that's fixed right now. They actually released an update of the QualityWings 787 this morning. So if you have not updated it yet, make sure you check that out. It's supposed to fix some of the essential items. But of course, it's only been 2 weeks. So yeah, it's going to take a little while before everything is ironed out. But so that's my personal feeling about the QualityWings 787 at this moment. Let me know how you feel about this aircraft. If you already got it, if you know, share some opinions. I mean, I think it's good to give a good review of this aircraft, and you know, since it's so new in the real world, I don't think we can expect everything to be perfect at this point. So, you know, what I'm saying here is just my personal opinion, my personal feeling of not taking this aircraft out for a proper flight yet, just to experiment with until they really iron out some of the main issues. Perhaps at the upcoming FSExpo event this weekend in Vegas. I think the QualityWings team is there as well, so probably we'll hear a bit more news on that. In the meantime, let me just check the chat room here. Hello, Squawk 737 from Poland, flight simmer 101. Dio Marker, Creative, Miniman, Just Tim, hello. Glad to have you on board. What else do we got? Quasi, yeah, look a bit tired. Yeah, I mean, it's been very warm here today, and I'm working on my thesis. That's the student life, but it's also the lighting, so I don't feel that tired currently, but I might look tired. So glad to have everyone on board here. So yeah, let me know if you got this aircraft already, if you want to share some thoughts. I already have some comment by Relia. QualityWings 787 overshooting waypoints. Yeah. So far I've not experimented too much with the LNAV and VNAV systems, but I did hear reports about it. The thing is, what kind of surprises me, you know, if you look at the product page, it pretty clearly states that the let me just look it up. It states there's an you know, it says a comprehensive flight management system including SIDS and stars, and an accurately simulated auto flight system with auto lens capability. Now, if it's, you know, if they state that it's really accurate, you know, you kind of expect not to see the issues that are reported on the forum, to be honest. You know, it might also be part of the flight management system that's just on a comprehensive level. But yeah, I'm not sure. If you really claim that you have an accurately simulated auto flight system, you kind of expect that, you know, it follows the LNAV, VNAV properly, right? So, but that's just a thought. So yeah, let me know what you think. Am I going to Las Vegas? No, unfortunately not. I actually went to Vegas last summer. Not flight sim related, just holiday. It was really hot then as well. It was like 43 degrees centigrade. Crazy. But it's an interesting place to visit, definitely. And I'm sure everyone will have fun. Everyone who goes there, I wish them a good time. And yeah, we'll see what's being announced and what's coming up. It's really good times for flight simulation, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So let's see if any more comments about the 787. Hey Nautica, hey Bud Fields, welcome in. Who else do we got? Gary, have you flown 787 in real life? No, I've not flown it as a passenger yet, but I heard it's a very interesting aircraft to experience, so would love to fly on it sometime. Komen bij geflambeerde cavia's. I heard of a real-life 787 pilot. The QualityWings LNAV, VNAV is realistic, and the flight dynamics too, but there are a lot of bugs. Yeah, I'm not sure. If a real 787 pilot says that, you kind of would expect that. Okay, then it's apparently normal to overshoot a little bit, which I guess it is. I mean, the PMDG aircraft do that a little bit as well. I mean, no automated system is perfect, but only to a certain extent. So I'm really interested in what real-world pilots think about this airplane. Of course, they cannot, I think accurately say how it flies manually, but they have to be able to kind of reproduce how the systems behave based on their real-world experience. All right, what else do we got? Does anyone else have issues with the 787-9 showing -8 weights and packs on the EFB? Oh, that could be. That could be. Actually, the model was also switched initially, so that should also now be fixed with the hotfix. So it's good. They're listening on the forums, so I'm sure over time most of the issues that are reported will be fixed. But for an initial, release, I expected a little bit more, just a little bit more accuracy here and there. But again, they did a great job in actually being first, really replicating this brand new aircraft in real life. So kudos to them for that. All right. What else do we got? Justin, when you want to donate but your PayPal doesn't work. Oh, doesn't it? Let me check that out. Are you trying to donate via... thank you, by the way, for considering that. I have to just check it out if the Streamlabs thing works. Are you trying to do that via Streamlabs, or are you trying to do that via a regular link? Let me know. See if I can fix it in the meantime. Hello, Simon from Norway. Quasi Donstar, what's the secret to having the confidence to be able to do live streams? Good question. I think you first have to make actual videos with your face. I mean, I did that years ago, a long time ago already. So this channel was created in 2010, and at some point you start recording yourself. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I think the PayPal actually should work. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me know what the error message is, so I would love to have that fixed. All right. All right. What else do we got? Yeah, Ashdev, I feel they got too much hate on initial release. Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, but people, they tend to focus on the negative things. So did I at the beginning of this live stream. But you have to, realize that it's not easy to design this aircraft, and they also put a lot of work on the exterior and the 3D modeling of the virtual cockpit. I'm sure there went a lot of work in that. What's also new is the displays. They're now large displays. So whereas with older aircraft you basically have BFD and ND, right now all of that information, all of those separate instruments have to be somehow integrated into one single display. And I'm sure that's technically more difficult to achieve than just creating one PFD and one ND, for example. So I'm sure that took a lot of time. So in general, I think we should be very happy with what they've achieved right now, and just provide good feedback. That's very important. Make sure you provide good feedback in the forums. I mean, I'm not sure how big their beta testing team was, to be honest. you know, the current beta testing team, basically, that's right now that we have, you know, every customer that tries this aircraft, you know, that's already a huge amount of feedback, a huge source of feedback, right? And you know, you should just report in the forums. And my way of doing my feedback is making videos, like the first impression that I did doing these live streams. But of course, you can also visit the forums. Make sure you post your issues there, so they can actually, so they know about it, and you know, can put it on the fix list. And well, I'm not too familiar myself with the QualityWings team, so I follow the history kind of, you know. I know that this release took a long time, and you know, that the release of the prepared version for 787 was postponed quite a bit. So, but I think, you know, I have to get to know this team a little bit better before I make any, you know, strict judgments about the development of this aircraft. So I'm sure over time we'll get some good service packs. I mean, all we have now is basically just a hotfix, and the service pack for the initial FSX version is actually the first service pack. So in that regard, you know, this aircraft is still not developed that much yet. I mean, look at PMDG aircraft. They also got quite a few service packs. And for example, the 747, I think, will get also some more updates. So in general, again, like I said in the first impressions video, time will teach. And we'll see what happens. Justin, I want to donate via the super chat. Oh, let me see if I can fix that. That should actually work. The super chat function. I'm not sure. I think I received super chats before, that's why. So I can take a look for you if I can fix that right here. I don't think I can. Let me check that out. I'm not sure if there's an easy fix for it now, but yeah, too bad. Maybe it works for someone else. All right, what else do we got? Any more thoughts about the QualityWings 787? Let me know. And otherwise, we'll kind of take a look at the FSExpo event and the PMDG announcement, because I'm really interested to see what's coming up that weekend. Just kind of want to check who else we got on board. By the way, if you just joined this live stream, I welcome you in. We're just discussing the QualityWings Boeing 787. Hello Lance, hello Vrins, how old are you? I'm 23. Hello Gamer 521. Justin, yep, I'm Dutch. So also another comment by Sam. In my experience, forum reports are not taken seriously by most developers. Yeah, that's true, probably. I'm not sure how well they respond to all the forum topics that are being released right now, but I'm sure that they have a lot of reading to do with all those forum topics. But they did kind of divide the forums properly, you know. So you have a separate section for the cockpit display, separate section for the exterior, separate section for the you know, aircraft systems, things like that. So, you know, it's more structured than other forums, I think. So hopefully that pays off. All right, what else do we got? Another question by Ashdaf. Are you going to VATSIM show in Cosford in October? Yes, I've heard about it. I'm not sure. I heard from a friend that it's kind of hard to reach, especially by public transport. So I'll probably wait for the VATSIM weekend in Lelystad in the Netherlands. That's always around November. Actually never went there, and I still have to go there sometime. So I'm looking forward to attending that event sometime. Now, what kind of strikes me is this FSExpo event is much more, has been much more, you know, sponsored, and you read a lot more about it than other events in the past. It's probably because it's in Vegas. It's because in the US, and most companies that are developing flight sim products are actually based in the US. For example, PMDG, Prepared, and Explain as well. So it's kind of a central location for flight sim. So I think that's why we hear more about the FSExpo, but also with some big announcements that are going to be made by the different developers. So yeah, really looking forward to what it brings, basically. All right, what else do we got? Wouter, hello. David, have you started real world flight training yet? No, not yet. No, I'm not gonna fly this time, just talking. So I'm gonna discuss the PMDG stuff in a minute. What else do we got? Birk, so hot here in Norway. Yeah, here too. I mean, it's been crazy the last few weeks, actually. Like tropical temperatures, and just in the evening it gets so damp, and then the thunderstorms started to develop. I think if you look on the weather radar over the Netherlands, there's quite a few thunderstorms around. Hello, Dubstyle. Sam, Gosford is easiest to reach. Okay, I didn't know that. Hello, Leon. And Planeo. So we got quite a few people watching, so that's nice. Welcome to have you on board all. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about PMDG then. So QualityWings, we'll see what happens. Again, once I take it out for a VATSIM flight, you'll probably see it in a live stream, so just stay tuned. I will do some more testing next week with this aircraft. So PMDG is going to announce something. Someone already stated that it might be an Embraer, new product line, new Embraer. That would be very nice. Like I said, the Embraer is kind of being left out, in my opinion, in the current add-ons that are available. I mean, PMDG has all the Boeings, Aerosoft, Flight Sim Labs have the Airbus, and I mean, Embraer is also a big player in the regional jets, competition market. So we also have the CRJ. So Embraer would be quite a logical choice. Of course, we have Wilco Fuel Air, and Fuel Air actually released the Embraer ERJ and the Embraer 190 for Prepared a couple of weeks ago. But those aircraft are just port-overs from FSX, so they did not add any additional quality. I really like the ERJ of Fuel Air, so I did purchase that one just because I like the aircraft. But if they decide to do Embraer, that would be quite a big and different step. But opinions are divided. If you look at the forums, a lot of people don't think it will be an Embraer. There's actually a poll there, so most people it will be something else. But what this something is, nobody knows. So other people have suggested a new sim. Well, I gotta be honest with you. If it's a new sim, that would be quite. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. A new sim. We've been spoiled with a lot of sims recently. We got Explain 11 and Prepared version 4. That's also always a big battle. You know that from my videos right now. We got Aerofly. We got other sims, older sims, FSX and FSX Team Edition. Frankly, I think that market is kind of saturated. And by designing your own new sim, I'm not sure how the market would react to that. I don't know. It would kind of seem selfish, if they decide to build their own sim, and it can be very questionable whether people are willing to switch to yet another sim. Many people are either with Prepared or Explain. Some people have them both. And a lot of people have already expended a lot of money on add-ons, right? So, if they decide to build a new sim, I think there has to be some compatibility with add-ons, although that's probably going to be difficult. On the one hand, it would be great if there's a new sim designed from scratch, because the new product line that they're going to announce has been, you know, in the works since 2008. That's 10 years. And that's also why a lot of people say it's not going to be an aircraft, because, you know, who's designing an aircraft for 10 years? Okay, it might be a product line. If it's a product line like an Embraer, okay, they might have included all the ERJ series and the Embraer 190s, 170s, but, you know, 10 years is a lot for an aircraft. Some people have suggested the Level D Boeing 757. You might know about that project. Level D 767 was always my favorite aircraft in FS 2004. Unfortunately, it cannot be used with prepared version 4 anymore. And in the meantime, Level D has been working on the 757, also since about 2008. So some people have suggested that they've taken over that project to complete the 757. Now, 757 would be very nice. However, you know, we also got Captain Sim already having released the Captain Sim 757 recently. So I'm sure that's not a completely study level aircraft. So, I mean, the looks of that aircraft, I have to say, are pretty nice. But, you know, something PMDG quality again, a 757, 767 would actually be nice. But then again, who designs such an aircraft for 10 years? I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments section or in the live chat. I would love to hear your thoughts about what PMDG will announce. And by the way, if you'd like to support the channel, it would also be much appreciated. As you can see, I have a little ticker here for the 747-8. That's the aircraft that's for certain is going to be announced because there were already formed posts about that. You know, with some screenshots and videos of the EFB, looking really good, by the way. I'm not sure yet what it will cost. What I've just put here is an estimation, basically. You know, it could be like kind of the same price and as the expansion packs, like that you have with the 777-300 and 737-600, 700. So I'm kind of expecting something like that, unless a lot more work went into this aircraft. But because in theory it's a totally different aircraft from the original 747-400, because, you know, it flies pretty much like a 777, you know, with the fly-by-wire systems, and you know, so you know, it's not like you can easily port the 747-400 over into a 747-8. Actually, it would be completely new aircraft. So I'm not sure about the price yet, but that's the product that they're definitely gonna announce. But there's something else. There's something secret, and people have been waiting for days, for weeks, even since they're, you know, it kind of, if you kind of follow the PMDG forums, you know, it kind of has been growing recently. Hello, Reykjavik Plains, Yellow Medium Ma. Yeah, PMDG will come to X-Plane. I'm not sure. That could be something that they've been working on since 2008. But again, I don't know. Would it really have taken 10 years to, you know, change their entire product line to X-Plane? Maybe. I'm not sure how well planes from X-Plane 10 port over to X-Plane 11. I mean, I'm not sure which X-Plane version was active in 2009 or 2008. Probably X-Plane 9. Then we had 10, then we had 11. So yeah, it could be that they are porting over all the aircraft to X-Plane. But again, yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's something. I just think it's something else. Really interesting, isn't it? Bombardier, yeah, but yeah, that would also be something. An interesting aircraft as well. Interesting product line. Airbus A380 has also been suggested. 737 Classic. But again, is it really going to be an aircraft? I'm not sure. So, Cup FSX, Joep, also good evening. When will they announce this? Yes, on Saturday. At least that's what I've heard. So, on the 9th of June. The FSExpo, as far as I know, is just the entire weekend. So, Saturday, Sunday, 9th and 10th of June. PMDG will be announcing their product there. Probably in some sort of presentation form. There might be a live stream. I know there's some of the, you know, famous YouTubers are out there as well, so they might be hosting a live stream about the announcements, or maybe there's some, you know, FS Elite or whatever. You know, there are plenty of news websites related to flight sim that might cover the event. And we'll probably hear more about that Saturday, right? So yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm not sure what time, by the way. Las Vegas, I think it's about 8-hour time difference currently with the Netherlands. So yeah, any time during the evening or night here European time, I think they will announce their products. So what else do we got in the chat room going on? Robert, yeah, what about shared cockpit? That would actually be nice if they have somehow could construct a solution to fly shared cockpit properly. Now that would be indeed a product line in itself, because from what I know, it's not easy to create shared cockpits. So if they would kind of, you know, make that available for all the aircraft that they've released, that would be very nice. Now the problem with shared cockpit is there are so many variables that are, you know, running behind the scenes in the plane, and you know, you have to transfer all that data to the other pilots and vice versa, you know. So really it's gonna be a lot of work to make a shared cockpit work. So maybe they've been working on it. Daniel, is PMDG releasing anything in the upcoming weeks or months? Well, again, I don't know anything about release dates. All we know is that it's going to be an announcement. So, you know, announcement doesn't necessarily mean release. 747-8 could be released shortly after the FSExpo, I think. I mean, from what it looked like, the aircraft is almost ready. I think it's went in beta testing as well. I'm not sure about that, if anyone knows that. If the 747-8 went into beta testing already. If it's not, then probably the next stage would be beta testing and then release. So yeah, very interesting that. Reykjavik planes ATR 72. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be an aircraft line, to be honest. I'm really not sure. I need to keep myself hydrated, by the way, because it's so warm up here. I really literally have every window in this room open. Oh, that's some good information by TrueKicks14. Thanks for that. PMDG announcement at 2200 UTC. So there will be 12 o'clock at night my local time. So I'll probably stay up for that. Then we'll know more. Hello Madhu, good evening to you. I'm doing well, how are you? Vest98, an X-Plane nerd. Yeah, I'm not sure about Airbus. I mean, again, that's already quite a saturated market as well. I mean, we got FS Labs, of course, with their Airbuses. Airsoft releasing the Airbus Professional soon. They're also working on the A330. So again, I'm not sure if that's a good step to take. 787 has also been suggested by some people. That would be interesting. I'm not if that happens, I'm not sure how good that is for QualityWings. But again, if it's really been something that we've been working, you know, they call it a product line, and single aircraft is not a product line, and fleet of aircraft could be a product line. Honestly, if you really take a look at the words product line, PMDG airplanes for X-planes sound more logical, right? If you have a new product line specifically designed for X-plane, it could happen. Very interesting to see what would happen next if PMDG decides to release stuff for X-plane. I think we might be able to see some very big shifts. Talking about X-plane, I haven't flown X-plane for quite some time, simply too busy. All the flights that I made, I just wanted to make a flight without hassle, so I just basically took out the PMDG airplanes again and prepared. But I will try X-plane again soon and probably make a video about it as well. So any X-plane fans out there that are worried about not seeing X-plane videos, I will probably try X-plane again soon, so don't worry. How are we doing in the meantime? Sean, yeah, space shuttle, that would be interesting. That could be something, some sort of space mission simulation. What else do we got? Is there going to be a live stream? Good question. Now the Truckkick says that he's not aware of that. Yes, FS Elite will probably do something. You know, FS Elite, a really nice website, by the way. I kind of started following them recently, and they got some good stuff going on there. Rexshare Games, thanks for your super chat. That is much appreciated. Thanks a lot. It did come through properly here on the chat. I'm just looking at my stream labels, whether they work. I'm not even sure. You might see my new tip jar. Kind of experimenting with stream labels and my Streamlabs account. It does not always seem to register everything properly. I'm not sure why that is. But thanks for your super chat. It came in through properly. So you have a question with that associated, I guess. If PMDG made planes for X-Plane, would you make the switch? Good question. If PMDG decides to switch to X-Plane, I hope they will provide some sort of discount for current users. Although, you know, looking at the way they handled the FSX to prepared switch, you know, a couple of years ago, probably have to pay again for those aircraft, and I'm not sure if I want to invest that much more into flight simulation. And now I probably would try a single airplane. If it's going to be a 737, I probably would try it just for fun, but I don't think I will expand my fleet that much if they decide to, you know, port over all their aircraft to X-Plane. Simply because, you know, yes, I've already invested quite a lot in current add-ons, and you know, I'm not sure what my next steps in life is gonna be. You know, I might go into flight training after completing my master's degree, for which I'm writing my thesis right now. So yeah, we'll have to see how it works, out, and you know, if they really start to port over all X-Plane aircraft, I'll probably just limit myself to one aircraft, experiment with it, have some fun, but you know, that's that. So we'll see what happens. But it would indeed be a good idea for a product line, right? So if you have any other thoughts about what PMDG will announce, let me know. So I was talking about the stream labels before. The kind of the issue that I have with Streamlabs, I'm not sure if there are also streamers here in the chat room. The issue that I have is that my Streamlabs account is linked to, you know, back in the day when you had Google Plus, and somehow I have a lot of accounts under the same name, AviationPro, and under the same email address as well. So I signed up for Streamlabs with one AviationPro account, which is called AviationPro, and then space and then a period, and then they, after Google Plus kind of you know, died out basically, you know, now my name is again just AviationPro. So kind of the Streamlabs accounts are mixed up. So I'll probably fix that for next live stream, so you can properly see the super chats, the subscriptions coming through. Because otherwise that tip jar would have, you know, worked. It's kind of something new in Streamlabs that I wanted to try. But anyways, thanks for your kind super chat, Rexia Games. Much appreciated. You can at least see it in the stream. Oh, there's another one. VATSIM tutorials really helped you out. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, put a lot of effort in those VATSIM tutorials recently, as you might have noticed. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. And thanks for your contribution to the channel. By the way, if you have not seen it yet, I did release a VATSIM Oceanic procedures tutorial. So make sure you check that out if you want to. It's a really in-depth tutorial. Now, the tutorial video is 1.5 hours long. I know that's long, but there's an extensive description in the description box, so you can skip ahead to certain segments in the video. So you can really, it's kind of like a PDF document, but then in video format. I think that works better. Right, so I can just explain to you on the go what I do to make an Oceanic flight, and then you can skip certain segments if you already know what FMC programming is, for example. So make sure you check that out. I'm sure you will enjoy that one if you have not seen it yet. What else do we got? Some questions above here. Are you hyped for the Aerosoft A330? Well, I kind of am, because I flew the A330 last summer, and I don't really have an affection with Airbus. You know me. But if I have to have an affection with one Airbus aircraft, it will probably be the A330. I liked flying that aircraft. It was on the Delta Airlines from Amsterdam to Seattle. I always like to see landing that aircraft. I mean, that aircraft's really able to make very smooth landings. So if Aerosoft releases it, I think I'm even more keen to check that out than buying FS Labs or even the A320 series that's coming up from Aerosoft, the Pro version. What else do we got? Freaking sim pilots, what do you think? We will release the payware version of the A350? I'm not sure. It will probably be Aerosoft or maybe FS Labs. I mean, that's also, new aircraft. I mean, Boeing 737, 777, 747 are relatively old aircraft. So, it's not easy for flight sim developers to just recreate an aircraft that's actually very new in the real world. I mean, they have to have access to the documentation and make sure that what they design is actually close to reality. And for that, you not only need proper documentation, but I also think experience from real world pilots. And I think that experience is just very shallow at this point. So not sure, but I think it's going to be more on the Aerosoft spectrum of the flight sim developers if there's going to be an A350. Hello, old auntie. Welcome on board to the, I think you can call this the flight deck. Although it's more of a cabin. I mean, it's kind of cruise time, basically. I think the next live stream will be in flight again, by the way, so don't worry about that. Sense, opinions on the FS Labs A319. Do you think we'll get it? As I said, I'm not sure. If I want to invest into Airbus, it's going to be probably the Aerosoft A330. But by the way, just to wrap up, I mean, we're kind of deviating from the topic here. The discussion about PMDG and their FSExpo announcement. So if you just joined in, make sure you are aware of when they're gonna announce it. So on Saturday, 9th of June at 2200 UTC, there will be an announcement. You can probably view the live stream on FS Elite or any other live stream that you might be able to find here on YouTube. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, whatever it's going to be very interesting, I think. And I'm not sure what's going to happen to the flight sim world. It kind of feels like a big moment. It kind of feels like there's going to be some kind of shift happening soon. Of course, I'm not sure if that's going to actually happen. But if it's really something big, it might happen, I will keep you guys up to date as well. If the 747-8 really gets released, I'll probably make some videos about that in the upcoming Thursdays, which are my regular video release schedule, so on Thursdays. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And on whatever they announce, I will probably just talk about it like here, and just share my thoughts about it, because I've been involved in the flight sim community for quite some years as well right now, so I would be very, very interested to see what happens. So anyway, let me know further down in the chat box what else you want to talk about. If you have any more ideas about the FSExpo. If you have any more information maybe about what you think will be announced maybe by other developers, feel free to leave a chat message. I got quite a lot of time available tonight, so just have a little bit of aviation talk and flight simulation talk basically. So make sure you leave your comments. That would be very much appreciated. Okay. QWERTY trains. How much do you really think you need to spend into making prepared look good? Well, yeah, of course that's always the main argument. You know, X-Plane is probably out of the box looks already very good, but if you want to make prepared look good, you need at least a ground texture add-on. Orbex FTX Global is the perfect add-on for that, and then also the sky. And you know, if you just get active sky, I think you're already good to go. So those are the two main add-ons to make prepared look good, at least. Okay, so you can make the calculation yourself. Yeah, what does PMDG stand for? Precision Manual Development Group. I remember in the past I had to actually type out that whole name, the abbreviation basically, to visit their website. But nowadays you can just type in pmdg.com, so that's kind of convenient. Hold on, to ever thought of getting a green screen backdrop of the back wall of the cockpit? Yeah, I've been thinking about that actually. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, green screen, I'm not sure how that would, if that would work properly, because it does require good lighting. As you can see, I don't really have good lighting right here. I probably would have to buy some really studio equipment in order to do that properly. But the idea is nice indeed, that you can see the back of the cockpit or something like that. That would be kind of realistic, right? What I'm actually planning on getting first is probably a new microphone. I've been thinking about getting a shotgun mic, just to aid with the video making, because now I have this blue snowball, as you can see, and I kind of have to fiddle around with that when I'm recording regular videos. So I'm thinking about spending my money a little bit there on that part of the setup. But a green screen would definitely be interesting. You can probably improvise something sometime. What else have we got? More questions. Sam, yeah, the A330 has a tendency to make smooth landings, yeah, due to the way the gears are built, definitely. When I landed in Seattle, you could just feel how this happens, you know, you could just feel that this gear touching down first and then smoothly landing the entire aircraft. It's very interesting. I really like it. What else do we got? Old Auntie again, what do you think of differences between real-time weather in FSX 2004 prepared? Well, I've pretty much always used Active Sky. Active Sky is a great product. Really like Active Sky, especially with the weather radar combination that you get with you know, PMDG aircraft and other, you know, big aircraft as well. So really nice. I mean, they did a good job there. So basically I've always used Active Sky, and before that I probably used some kind of freeware tool, but that's a long time ago. What else do we got? What my favorite Airbus? So A330. Hello Peter, good evening. Maybe PMDG reveals scenery. I would again, I think it's a saturated market. I mean, we already got Orbex and a lot of good scenery developers. That would be weird, in my opinion, if they really do scenery. Then it has to be something really good. I think we got enough good scenery developers, in my opinion. Janek, good evening. But in your opinion, is our hobby growing from your perspective? I think it is, from my perspective. So, for how long have I been flight simming? Well, I think since about 2006, and I really got into VATSIM, I think since 2008. back then I also became a ground controller around about 2009, and you know, back then it was just not very busy. And right now what you see on VATSIM, if you just use VATSIM as a benchmark, which I think is a fair to use benchmark, you know, every evening there's quite a lot of traffic. There's a lot more traffic than back in 2009 or 2010. So that's already a sign that the flight simulation market is growing. I mean, it kind of, you know, the activity lowered a little bit after, you know, we entered this gray period where there was no more development for FSX. But then came Prepared, then there came X-Plane. And, you know, an event like the FSExpo just kind of shows how big the flight sim community has grown. Thanks to the internet, probably, you know. I mean, also the live streaming stuff, people streaming live flights. You know, also other simulators like combat flight simulators or farming simulators, whatever, you know. People just like simulating stuff that they cannot do in real life. And I think flight simulation is at the core of this type of simulation. And I think definitely it has been growing. So, you know, also what we see with VR and all the fancy stuff, I mean, not really my cup of tea at this point. But I definitely think that the home simulator market has been growing a lot this year. And the hobby as a whole. So that's a good thing. Of course, it's important that you attract young people as well. I think there's a lot of young people. If you go to, I think if you go to Flight Sim Weekend in Lelystad in the Netherlands, you will see a lot of older people. So I'm kind of interested if I go there this year to see what that, you know, how that division is between young and old. You know, if it's, you know, if it remains an interesting subject, because, you know, think about it. Flight simulation, if you really want to do it properly, if you really want to, you know, complete a flight from A to B properly, like a real-world pilot, it does require a lot of attention. And, you know, being able to just focus your attention on flying, on learning, reading the manuals, watching videos. And my personal opinion is that you know, some of the younger generation, their attention span is not as big as some of the older generation. I'm not sure if that's a fact or not, but you know, you gotta make it and keep it interesting, right? So yeah, in that sense, I do think the hobby is growing because we just see a lot of people around. So yeah, we'll see what happens. What else do we got? Vivid AJ123, do you think there's going to be a PMDG sim? Again, I'm not sure about that. If there's going to be a PMDG sim, I'm willing to try it, but it has to be good. Ashtef, thoughts on tomato shade? Yes, I've heard about that. As you know, I'm not really into shader stuff. The only stuff I use is HDR. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. So yeah. It looks good, but in my opinion, I don't really look outside that much or an external view. So yeah, we'll see if I ever use it. What else do we got? Old auntie on green screen. Yeah, green screen, it should be pretty easy to set up actually. If you just get a good lighting here in the background and a green screen and an OBS Studio, that's what I'm using. If you're using OBS Studio, you can very easily set a chroma key and then set it to green, and then that will allow you to remove the background. Really, OBS Studio is a great tool, I think. Really helps. All right. But field scan, yeah, quality will be at FSExpo, yeah, and the hotfix for the 787. I did install the update of this morning. When I downloaded it first, it gave an error. Apparently there was a slight mishap somewhere in the installer, but they quickly fixed that. So I've now installed it, but I still have to try it. So I might be trying it tomorrow. I'm not sure. And yeah, see if the aircraft is flyable But again, if any of your QualityWings guys are listening, I would love to hear about setting key assignments. I really need that. I don't wanna have to fiddle around with the mouse in the virtual cockpit all the time. Basically, that's kind of difficult, especially if you're flying in busy VATSIM flights. One more thing that I also like to see is wind forecast page. From what I know, it's not possible to actually upload wind data. So if you're doing, for example, a North Atlantic crossing, you know, if you're doing a position report like I teach you in the VATSIM Oceanic tutorial from last week, it's going to be very hard to provide accurate estimations of the times at which you arrive at the waypoints or coordinates along the net track. That's really, really important. Especially if we're going to get to cross the pond event again. I'm not sure when that will happen, probably in fall, I think. I think the last one was in April, so the next one should be around fall time. But yeah, it's really important to have the wind forecast and uplink via ACARS function. That would be very nice. Okay, what else do we got, guys? We still got people on board. I'm glad to have you all in. Let's see if we can view all the participants in the chat. Yeah, there we go. So if you have any more questions about anything about FSExpo or the QualityWings 787 or VATSIM or the channel, let me know. I can answer them for you. In the meantime, it's getting dark here. It's getting cloudy as well. I'm just gonna quickly check for the thunderstorms in the area now. Just as like the flight sim community is growing, the amount of thunderstorms is really growing here. That's something I noticed. Really, only in the last 2 weeks, you know, almost every week, you know, there were 3 or 4 days with thunderstorms. And that's not something that's very common in the Netherlands, to be honest. And from what it looks like right now, there is a big storm approaching. So this is definitely an interesting season to be flying flight sim with active sky, so you can deviate around all those storms. And on that topic, I actually plan on making a video sometime as well. Probably take a couple weeks on weather avoidance. Personally, I really like that topic. I really like weather and weather systems, and I think it will be interesting to make a video on how to avoid weather properly. Of course, in flight sim, it's not very easy to simulate compared to real life, but there are some basic things that you can definitely learn from using the weather radar. So I hope you will enjoy that a video on that topic. All right, what else do we got? Mado again, so what's the date for the PMDG release? Well, the announcement is going to be this Saturday, 9th of June, 2200 UTC. LMD Productions, you live in the Netherlands, right? That's right. This live stream is not from Vegas. This is a live stream from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. So if I go to the flight sim weekend, I might be able to do some live stuff there as well, if you'd enjoy that. So yeah. So what else do we got? Would you go to Gosford again? I probably will be going to Gosford, unfortunately. Vivid AJ 123, how long does it take you to become a ground controller? Well, it should not be taking that long. It depends a little bit on which FAC you join. If you join the Dutch FAC, it might take quite some time, because from what I know, it's quite busy on their mentor training program. So, but if you apply for a controller at a FAC where it's not that busy, you probably be able to get to the ground facility quite quickly. What else do we got? Michael Schultz, is there another tutorial series? Not yet. I think the current VATSIM 2017 tutorial series will probably run for a couple of years for now on. But if you'd like to see more VATSIM tutorials about any specific topics, let me know. I will definitely take it into consideration. heavy thunderstorms in West Germany for 2 weeks. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I saw some pictures from Severe Weather Europe. That's a Facebook page with some severe thunderstorms. Janek, hello, good evening. A patron crew member. So next week's will still be as advertised in the last patron post. I think so. Yes. It might be an explain video. I don't even remember what exactly typed there. I have to check. Because I kind of lost track when I was thinking about all the FSExpo announcements that were coming. Let's take a look. Yeah, probably a video related to the PMDG release or announcement. So if they're gonna release 747-8, I'll probably take out that one for a flight. If you know, it's all hypothetical. That's kind of the problem with next week's video. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So, but if it's a 747-8, if it's released, I'll probably just fly a flight with it. That would be interesting, I think. I don't think I need to, like the 787, discover it entirely. You know, I think if you know how to fly the 777, the 747-8 should be pretty doable. So probably I'll take that out for a flight, live VATSIM flight next week, or otherwise I might discuss the PMDG announcement in some sort of. I might make 2 videos if necessary. So yeah, I will. Of course, if you're a patron, you will get up to date with that and with the current planning of the videos as much as possible. Butfields, yeah, water in the Netherlands, an important relationship. That's true. Yeah, well, water levels are of big concern here in the Netherlands. Now, thunderstorms usually don't really do that much. Although last week there was some flooding here and there in some cities. Main problem is if the water in the rivers really rises, you know, and the dike structures cannot hold it anymore. If there's a big storm, the fall season is usually the dangerous season for the Netherlands. That's really when you have to keep an eye out on all the dikes and all the delta works, as they call it. So all the systems that are able to keep the water outside of the Netherlands as much as possible. Johannes, 2K2, excited for the PMDG announcement? Oh, definitely, yeah. Me too. I think a lot of people here are excited about the PMDG announcement. Units, Triska, and LMD Productions asking for explain videos. Yeah, so I'll probably do explain videos again after next week. I'm not sure what kind of video it will be. I've been thinking a little bit about doing a little bit of a different type of live stream. Let me know what you think about this. Already announced it to the Patreon crew as well. By the way, if you want to become a patron, make sure to check out my Patreon page over at patreon.com/AviationPro. But what I kind of was planning maybe on making it a little bit more interactive is doing some kind of landing challenge videos like the one I did in Gibraltar. But then, you know, kind of deciding live for where and what to fly and what simulator. So I'm kind of thinking about ways of making live streams more interactive. Of course, the live flights will still be here. The occasional live stream like this will still be here. But just to, you know, kind of get something new would be nice, wouldn't it? So if you have any ideas for making the live stream even more interesting for you guys when I actually, you know, do a live stream with the sim running, let me know. What else do we got? Johannes, will you fly with KLM? Yeah, that would be nice. We'll see what happens. Old Auntie on storm structure and supercell behaviors. Some tutorials. Oh yeah, well, they will definitely check that out if anyone wants to watch some proper tutorials about storms and supercells. And I mean, there's a lot to talk about, I guess, regarding that topic. I mean, it's not just weather avoidance. You also kind of need to know and understand how the storm behaves if you want to properly avoid it, right? MidKS, I'd like to say thank you for all your fantastic VATSIM tutorials. I watched all of them for a couple of times. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked them, and I'm glad they have helped you out, and that you will enjoy other VATSIM videos on this channel. And you know, there will definitely be more live streams of flights where we'll just, you know, put it all into practice. You know, I think it's very important to get a theoretical background, theoretical knowledge before you start watching live streams, maybe even, or, you know, flying your own flight. It's very important to really get a good understanding of what's happening if you really want to fully understand the live flights. Of course, I cannot tell everything in live flights, so watching the tutorials definitely helps, I think. All right, Sam. Yep. I heard that the real life pilots at thunderstorms have been increasing. You're probably referring to mentor pilots. I'm not sure. I watched a video of his recently where he also said that. Now, it's not just an observation from here on the ground, but you know, real world pilots probably have a better idea of what's happening with thunderstorm these days. You know, they fly in different regions, so they can definitely probably see more thunderstorms on average in a year. So yeah, it's probably climate change at work there, unfortunately. Okay, Janek. Jeff Smith, also enjoying the tutorials. Well, thank you. Thank you for your nice comments. Marcelo, why do I get black screen in the QualityWings 787? It's freaking me out. Do you know any solution? I'm not sure. I bet there's a forum post on the forums about that, so make sure you head over to QualityWings forums for that. There's a separate forum right there for cockpit displays, so there might, I think I've seen a topic come by about black screens as well, so maybe you can find something there. Oh wait, Shunter, thank you very much from London. Good to see you guys from all over the world again. Let me see. Janek, for the beginners to VATSIM who are scared or want some insight into ATC procedures and watching the same kind of stuff happening over a few hours, some of us stream ATC on Twitch. Yeah, I know you're streaming on Twitch. Rika, right? You should definitely check out controllers if you want to see the other side of the aviation spectrum and learn more about how the controllers see you, and especially how the controllers hear you. Because as we all know, the VATSIM audio quality is not that good, so kind of get an idea of what you sound like. So yeah, like feel free to share your Twitch account here in the chat box. I hope you don't get flagged or something if you share a link, but I'll make sure it's unflagged so people can have an idea of ATC. It's very nice. Another guy you probably know, Dave Roberts from the Dutch Fac, will also has quite a lot of streams on Twitch and here on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. Hold on to you. Have you ever flown any of the Gulfstreams? No, I haven't. Not the baby Boeings, no. Maybe that's the new product line that they're gonna announce. Maybe some kind of business jets. That's also a market that still could use some aircraft, I think. All right. So how are we doing here? I've been talking for over an hour, I think. I think I will go on for about 10 or 15 minutes and then call it quits for tonight. By the way, I've also been thinking about doing something like post-flight live streams. Maybe I also shared it on my Patreon page, so my Patreon crew already know a little bit about it. So I've been kind of thinking about doing a new channel, channel that's not necessarily related to aviation, but where I will just host post-flight or post-live streams. Kind of just to hang out and talk about other stuff. I mean, there's a lot more to talk about than just aviation, right? So kind of still thinking about how to make that work. But I'm really getting into this live streaming stuff. I really kind of enjoy it and actually engaging with every one of you. So yeah, we'll see what happens regarding that development. NGX Aviation, a question about VATSIM. So by the way, if you have any questions right now, make sure you leave them so I can answer them for you before I go. I'll probably stay for another 15 minutes, so make sure you get them in. And if you like to support the channel, if you want to, make sure you do that as well. That would be much appreciated. Alright, what other questions do we got? NGX Aviation, is it okay to join VATSIM but just listen in for a month or two before flying on it? Yeah, for sure. I mean, you could just listen by parking your aircraft at a gate or a stand or a general aviation platform, just tune some frequencies. Or what you also might want to try is actually, you know, running, let me get some more light here by the way if I can, is actually running a ATC client like Euroscope. So you can really just tune in any frequency you want. Actually, Euroscope is pretty good for that. You can just log in as an observer. You might want to look up how to do it. So log in as observer, and then basically you can, you know, kind of center your view, your position around a certain airport, and then all nearby frequencies you will be able to just listen to. So that can definitely help. And you know, if you create a VATSIM account, you don't have to fly immediately. You can just explore it, and I would highly encourage to explore it. It's the way I did it back in 2008 as well. You know, just kind of sit on a ramp and, you know, kind of listen, see what happens, and then you have to make the step to actually do a flight or a circuit flying and push the talk button, which is a very interesting moment when you fly for the first time on VATSIM. Alright, what else do we got? Warlock 982, I'm curious what your opinions on POSCON. What's that? I'm not sure what that is. Hello Pilot Panis, I'm doing good, how are you? Pecha will be careful. Hello, can you try to record a VATSIM flight? Yeah, we'll probably do another live stream soon. Either with PMDG 747-8 or QualityWings 787. So that's yeah, I'm not sure if I will do a lot more VATSIM flights where I, you know, just record the flight and edit afterwards. Frankly, I kind of like doing the live streams. I know that I can, you know, edit a little bit more, you know, in post-production basically, and add more information, add accurate subtitles. But frankly, you know, in live streams I already try to do that by, you know, showing my iPad, showing the charts, and then I also add subtitles using the YouTube subtitle system afterwards. So yeah, I'm not sure if you know, if I will do much more VATSIM recording flights. The live streams for me personally are a bit more convenient. You know, editing takes a lot of time. I know it can make the videos shorter, but on the other hand, you know, I also add timestamps in the description, so you can just skip ahead to a phase of the flight that you want to watch. And frankly, I also kind of like the engagement during the live stream. So yeah, that's what I wanted to you know, tell you. Hey, we got a donation by Astef. Finishing up the donation call. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks a lot for that. Again, I'm not sure how expensive the 747-8 will be, but thanks a lot for your kind donation to the channel. And yeah, we'll definitely try to keep up the good work. So thank you for making that bar 100% right now. It took some time, you know. I think I've been raising money for the 747-8 for a couple months already. I actually ended the original donation goal and set a new deadline for the new FSExpo weekend. So thanks a lot to you. It is really much appreciated. Okay, I think I got some more time for a couple of questions, and we'll see what else is left. Hi Caro, calming voice, sexy voice even. Well, I'm glad you say that. It's not an ASMR video, is it? What yoke do you use? Yes, I use the Cytec ProFlight yoke. Yeah, it works. I've been considering trying to get the a more Boeing style yoke, the Aircraft Controls Engineering 737 yoke. But although it's very nice, I'm kind of doubting about it, to be honest. It's relatively expensive. It probably will make the feeling more realistic, but again, at this stage, where I might go into flight training, maybe within a year. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, you know. But you know, at this stage, I don't want to invest too much in more hardware. So yeah, actually, it's my yoke in the background. So you should be able to see it. You can see it behind the text right here. It's kind of you know, to get a little bit of a background feeling with some epaulets as well. So that's my Cytec yoke in the background for you. Hello, Tucker. Zoltan, is VATSIM also for X-Plane 11? Yeah, you can use VATSIM for X-Plane as well, but one of the other reasons that I don't fly a lot of X-Plane is because from what I know, the AI models are not that good, and I don't think there's a very good pilot client yet for X-Plane that really works as well as vPilot does right now. I mean, really, I think vPilot is really doing a good job, and also the AI traffic. I mean, you might have heard a story of also announced on FS Elite that we, of course, already had vPilot AI. That's the package that I'm using, but also the new package Boston Virtual AI, and they are merging. So all those models will be merged, creating a complete package of AI traffic for free. AI traffic models. So it's not an AI package like Flight 1's Ultimate Traffic, but it's going to be you know, a great model set, basically allowing you to see pretty much any aircraft that any user will log in with in your sim. So I think we should be really happy with that development, having such package available for free. So I'm not sure when this package is going to be released, but that's what I really like about Prepared, you know. I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, even the recent airplanes, the Boeing 787, you can just see them taxiing in front of you. I know in FS2004, in the old days, that was not possible. There were simply not a lot of models. There was a time where I flew around with paper airplanes around me. I'm not sure if any of you guys also experienced that time period. FS2004 with Squawkbox. Back in the day, I did not care too much about AI traffic. I was already happy with an artificial AI paper airplane. It really looked like a paper airplane with a red beacon light and then a nav lights on it. Not very realistic, I know, but you know, just seeing those AI models right now, it's kind of realistic. I mean, if I arrive into Amsterdam Schiphol Airport like this, and with all that AI traffic, with those accurate models, it's a very nice picture. I mean, frankly, I think X-Plane cannot beat that yet. So that's for one more reason why I flew a lot of Prepared recently. All right, I think I will wrap up in about 5 minutes, guys. So if you have any last minute questions that you want to have answered, make sure to leave them right now, so I can answer them for you. PostCon, oh, it's the upcoming VATSIM killer. Oh, that's a big statement. I haven't looked it up. I can probably do a quick search for that. Or maybe I did look it up actually. Not sure how quick their website. The website's kind of loading slow. Next generation flight simulation network. It's completely free. Okay, that's nice. improved modern network that supports the latest technologies. So I bet they want to kill the VATSIM audio codec with that. They got a nice table with okay, a lot of check marks with what they have, but other networks don't have. New voice codec, drones, wow, ranking system, FAA affiliation, shared cockpit, shared radar, wow, it looks impressive. Very impressive. I will keep an eye on it. I think they are very new. Definitely looks interesting. But so yeah, if you want to check it out as well, poscon.net. So that's POSCON.net. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. I might like their Facebook page or their Twitter feed so I can see what's happening. Okay. Now, what else do we got? Some more questions coming in. X-Squawk box for X-Plane is basic, but does everything it needs to. So it's, yeah, I think that's kind of the pilot client that you have for X-Plane, but it's probably not as advanced. Any giveaways? Well, I would love to. There will probably be something in the future. I might do some giveaways actually. Then we have another question by I'm trying to pronounce your names. Some names or channel names are very hard to pronounce, to be honest. Lambar Fetsani Prabawa. Just out of curiosity, which one do you find more realistic, prepared or X-Plane? I'm not sure. That's a question that I often get, but I just like prepared more. But that's all I'm going to say about it. Stephen Pierce, yeah, Pilot Edge is great if you want to pay for it. Yeah, so if POSCON, you know, delivers what it promises, you know, I think it could be very interesting. We'll see what happens. I did not use Pilot Edge before. Again, I've talked about this before, that I'm not really familiar with the VFR procedures as much as with the IFR procedures, flying airliners. So I probably would have to invest time in that. Flying in the US also, you know, I don't fly in the US usually, so it's something that I have to get used to. I know there's a free trial for Pilot Edge, but yeah, I just don't have enough time to try everything, guys. I mean, I can try a lot of simulators, a lot of add-ons, I can try a lot of networks, you know, but frankly, it's just impossible to try everything and also create videos and also studying, you know. Ah, man, that's I wish I could try everything, but you know, it's not gonna work, unfortunately. Okay, some last minute questions. I'll take one or two, guys. JetBlue is taking applications even if you don't have a pilot license. Yeah. Not sure. I think you have to be a US citizen, right, if you want to join a US airline like that. Not sure. I'm not a VATSIM controller as of current. Janek, you posted a link, but it got filtered. Maybe try to scroll back, see if I can find it. I don't think I can find it. I'm not sure why it blocked. Usually I should be able to see the links that are getting posted actually. But maybe I can put it in a description after the stream so people can find it. If they watch it, I can enter your link to your Twitch. Pilot panels, yeah, older videos, lots have changed, right? One more question then, Robbie. AviationPro, is the new 787 your favorite airplane to fly right now? Well, to be entirely honest, it's not. As of current, I think the 737 is just still my favorite airplane to fly in flight sim. Hello, Oscar. And then old auntie says, US citizen for JetBlue? No, you just need to have the correct visa. JetBlue will help with that. Oh, that's interesting. But they only got Airbuses, don't they? Or do they have Embraers as well? Yeah, they have Embraers as well, I think. So maybe I will just do that. Oh, there's the link already by Janek. Twitch.tv/Riga Control if you want to see the ATC side of VATSIM. Definitely check it out. Muzzle to you. And thanks for being a patron as well. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream right here. I'd like to thank you all for joining in. It's a little bit of a longer stream than usual. Let me know if you like this by leaving a comment afterwards. That would be much appreciated. So hang tight guys for the upcoming announcement at the FSExpo. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone who participated in the stream and the chat. I want to thank for all the super chats and the donations. Much appreciated. Very happy with that. Very happy to have completed the goal as well right now. So, you know, let's keep an eye out on Saturday. You know, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description if you want to keep up to date about my thoughts of the announcements. I definitely cannot wait. I probably will be able to sleep properly. It's not that much of a big deal, but I think I will stay up Saturday night at 12 o'clock my local time in the evening to watch the announcement by PMDG. But also other developers. Let's not forget there are many other developers, including QualityWings, Explain. I think Prepared's going to be there as well. Frankly, I think it's time for another Prepared update soon. So probably we'll hear some more information about that. You can find more information about the FSExpo event on their website. So we can also see which vendors are there, which stands are there, which presentations, you know. So definitely an interesting weekend. So it's not just going to be the PMDG announcement. I think we will receive a lot more news. And then based on that, I will determine my video schedule for the upcoming weeks probably. So stay tuned. Let's have some fun this weekend with flight sim stuff. I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I think I'm gonna enjoy a good whiskey tonight. How about that? I'm kind of a whiskey drinker, so I think this is a good night. You know, don't have to do a lot of stuff tomorrow. The skies are kind of gray and kind of thunderstormy, so I think it's a good time for having a nice whiskey. Where can I see the FSExpo live? Well, again, I think FS Elite will have some live streams, but also, you know, from what I know from the aviation flight simulation live streamers that are out there, I think Chewy and Matt Davies are going to be there as well. So, you know, those are also well-known Twitch and YouTube flight simulation streamers. Yeah, if you're asking which scotch I want to pour tonight, it's going to be a peated whiskey from Islay, if anyone is into that. It's a Kalila whiskey that I got a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. I think I will enjoy that whiskey. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this stream for now. So, guys, I wish all of you fun this weekend with all the announcements, and we'll see what happens. It will definitely be very interesting. So, I'm gonna end the live stream here. Let's see. I think I have to go back here. Where's my live stream control panel gone? There it is. Let me see if I can enter it or end the live stream properly. No, I'm not smoking, don't worry. Never smoked. So, right. Thanks everyone for joining the live stream here on the AviationPro channel. And I will see you next time. And stay tuned via Facebook and Twitter for more and more recent videos. So I think the next video will be Thursday, maybe a little extra video before that, actually, depending on the big announcements at the FSExpo. So I wish you all a good night or a good day wherever you are in the world. I know it's an international audience, so that's quite fun as always. And I'd like to thank you all for joining the stream and leaving your chat messages as well. It's really nice to engage with you guys and talk aviation, right? Lafroig, yeah, that would also be nice. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Yes.